So there could actually be brand new Assassin's Creed Mirage story DLC coming very soon. We've got some new information regarding this today, which we'll cover. And of course, a few months ago when I covered this, we had a big article suggesting this is coming very soon. I'll be going over all of this information today, but before we get into all of that, if you're new to my channel, The Exile Live, and want to stay up to date with everything Assassin's Creed Mirage DLC, Shadows DLC, future AC games like the Black Flag remake, then you're in the right place, consider subscribing, and let's get it. Okay, so a good few months ago now, there was a French article that was dropped by a French publication that detailed the CEO of Ubisoft, Yves Guillemot, and his trip to Saudi Arabia. I'll just read for you guys now a brief segment of this article, so you have context for this supposed Mirage DLC before we get into today's new information. Jonathan says, according to the media Les Echos, Ubisoft is preparing a DLC for Assassin's Creed Mirage. Indeed, Yves Guillemot would have concluded an agreement with the Savvy Games Group, a Saudi multinational which invests in the video game, to develop additional content for the game during the meeting last month in Saudi Arabia. It's a deal that raises questions about Ubisoft's situation. According to several consistent sources, the French heavyweight in video games has entered into a partnership with Saudi Arabia. This partnership is expected to lead to the production by Ubisoft Studios of downloadable content, also known as DLC, such as additional maps or levels and additional characters that could be either paid or free for gamers. This content would complement the initial version of Assassin's Creed Mirage, the latest installment in Ubisoft's flagship franchise. This is a surprising decision, as Ubisoft has repeatedly stated that this game was standalone and not receive DLC. However, things changed in December when Ubisoft CEO traveled to Saudi Arabia. Yves Guillemot, in fact, was part of the official delegation, which included around 50 business leaders, accompanying Emmanuel Macron during his state visit to Riyadh. On this occasion, the CEO of the French company reportedly met with leaders of the Savvy Games Group, owned by Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund. These discussions ultimately led to an agreement for an Assassin's Creed Mirage DLC, whose development would largely be funded by the Savvy Games Group, according to our information. So we were sitting on that information for, again, as I said, a few months, and then it kind of went radio silent. We didn't hear any new information regarding Mirage DLC, the focus was on Shadows and its post-launch content, and yeah, we forgot all about this. After the French publication that we just read was published and went live, it was picked up by none other than Jonathan. Now, if you don't know who Jonathan is, this is the guy that leaked the Assassin's Creed Mirage gameplay before we saw any official reveals. He's also revealed information on Assassin's Creed Invictus, the supposed Fall Guys style Assassin's Creed multiplayer game. It's safe to say this guy's got some connections, and when he leaks stuff, it's usually correct. Now, as I said, he jumped on this article and he translated it for us because it was originally behind a paywall. Now, the reason I bring up Jonathan is because very recently, as of August 2025, Jonathan tweeted out a photo of the Saudi Arabian structure Qasr al-Farid. Now, I'm probably mispronouncing that very badly, so apologies. And he captions the post, "A new world awaits," with a flirty sort of smirking emoji. You sly man, Jonathan, you sly French man. Now, if you didn't know, "A new world awaits" is in reference to Assassin's Creed Mirage. There's a track on the OST for Assassin's Creed Mirage called A New World Awaits, and within the game itself, this song is played at the end of Assassin's Creed Mirage when Basim officially transitions to Loki, for a lack of a better term. Obviously, this is a play on words here. A New World Awaits probably means there's going to be a brand new map for this DLC for Mirage, and the photo of this structure is from Saudi Arabia. Now, let's go back to that original article that we talked about for Assassin's Creed Mirage DLC. Yves Guillemot went to Saudi Arabia to talk with Savvy Games Group, a new games development company funded by the Saudi Arabian government. Now, it makes a ton of sense that the Saudi Arabian government, wanting to increase tourism and more general positivity towards their country, they're going to want to make this Mirage DLC set in Saudi Arabia. Now, there has been supposed inside information over on Reddit stating that this DLC is going to be set around Basim's father, but none of those supposed leaks can be substantiated with any credible sources. Going back to Jonathan though, my thinking is that yeah, his insider source has told him something, has told him that this deal with Savvy Games Group has gone through, and the Saudi Arabian company want to make this Mirage DLC set in Saudi Arabia. At least we can say that's probably quite certain, without of course officially knowing anything. My thought is that it's probably going to be Basim again, and it's going to be a continuation after Mirage. Maybe now that he's embracing his former self of Loki, we can get up to some mischief or something in Saudi Arabia, I don't know. Let's be real. The structure imaged in Jonathan's tweet is probably going to be like an Isu temple or something. Right? Surely. I don't know. It depends how much this company understands Assassin's Creed and actually makes it like Assassin's Creed. It could end up just being, you know, you go to this new map, you kill some targets, and that's it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised that way either. Personally, I don't like the idea of going back to Basim's father. Again, I don't think that information is very credible. But even if it was, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that idea. It's like, why do we need to go back to his father? His father would not have also been a reincarnation of Loki, so it's got nothing to do with that aspect of the story. And at that point, it's just another man, you know? Another man when we could be focusing on an actual established, potentially interesting character if they take it somewhere interesting. Now, lastly, if all of this comes together to, in fact, be true, and we do get Mirage DLC in 2025 or 2026 or beyond, if this stuff is all true, what does this mean for other Assassin's Creed games? In the French article, there was a point made that Ubisoft were in talks with this company to create new content for older games. So does that mean if this Mirage DLC is successful, we see a DLC for Assassin's Creed Origins, a new DLC for Odyssey, or a new DLC for even older games, you know, like Unity or Syndicate? Like, where does the line get drawn? There's a lot of possibility here, and it's very interesting to say the least, because I've never really seen this in video games before. You see new DLCs being made for games that have been out for a couple years sometimes, but you don't usually see new DLCs being made for games that predate the newest games in the series by a lot of years. It would be something new and interesting to witness, I suppose. I just hope that this Savvy Games Group, if it is them who is developing these DLCs, or this Mirage DLC, I just hope they understand how to develop good games, or at least good level design, good content, and have competent writers over there if they are the ones also writing the story for this DLC. If they can do that, then cool. But my faith doesn't really lie much with them because, again, they're pretty new to this. It's the Saudi Arabian government saying, right, we've got to get our fingers in all of the entertainment pies across the world to boost our economy and to become a leading country, which I'm guessing that's probably what they want to do. You can see this with other aspects of Saudi Arabia, like with the World Cup, I believe, and trying to boost that tourist economy. This is just another aspect where they want to boost the economy, so that might be the case, but is the talent there? I hope so. I really do. Remember, you should always take this stuff with a grain of salt. What do you guys think though? Let me know in the comments. We'll get a conversation going and build that AC community. I personally am very interested to see a new world, a new map within Mirage. I wonder if there'll be a new city in Saudi Arabia, or it's more just going to be wilderness. Are they going to tie it in with the Isu more, or will it just be more generic assassination contracts? As I said, I'm interested to see. Let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, press the like button and subscribe to stay up to date with everything Assassin's Creed Mirage potential DLCs. I love you guys. May the Father of Understanding guide us. I will see you soon. Goodbye.